Hey friends, so the case that I'm going to be discussing today is all about Madeline Soto. And what we're going to be taking a look at is what is the possible motive behind her death. Now, there's a lot of unanswered questions in this case. There's many that we could do many readings on, but I feel like this is one of the most important things, and we just have no clue. There's a lot of theories on this. If you haven't been following the case, then I definitely recommend looking at maybe some other true crime influencers like Grizzly True Crime has a whole playlist on this case. She's very detailed. Love her. True Crime with Strategic Eyes. He makes a lot of really good videos and he has a lot on the Madeline Soto case. So I'm not going to get into everything here, but basically, the super fast rundown is that Madeline Soto, shortly after her 13th birthday, and after many years of being SA'd by her mother's on and off again boyfriend, this eventually led to her death. Now, there's a lot of rumors on why or why not he may have done this. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it and see if we can figure anything out here today. Now, remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Do not sue me. I know nothing. I literally don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just talking. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right into this reading so we can get an idea of any motive on this murder. Oof, okay, so we have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. So this shows me that while he knew exactly what he was doing and he had a plan, he didn't have a long-term plan. He had no long-term vision and no long-term idea of what to necessarily do after this. Like he had his bad cover-up story, but that was about it. But then we do have the Judgment card here. So this is kind of like listening to what that to what the universe is telling you, right? Like listening to your intuition, no longer ignoring that. And then we have the Seven of Cups here. So this is a lot of choices. Okay. So overall, what I'm getting from this is that this was a very impulse decision because there was a lack of direction, a lack of long-term view. However, this is something that he felt very passionate about and felt like this is something he felt very justified in what it is that he did. And on top of that, with all the different cups cards here, all the different choices, different paths, different opportunities, this tells me that this did the different potentials crossed his mind, but he genuinely thought this was the only answer. So that's kind of telling me that there was something here that he felt like he had to do this. Now, I don't know if that's because she was going to expose him. I don't know if that's because any other reasons. Let's see. Okay. We have the King of Cups in reverse. So this is like emotional instability. He felt very out of control. And that's something that did not sit well with him. Yeah, he felt really out of the control of the situations. Okay, we had the Five of Swords in the upright. So this shows that this is how he took control of the situation in order to gain a victory. But at what cost, right? Like this truly is not a victory. But in his mind, taking this action was the victory. So I feel like this was a situation where she was maybe going to speak out. Maybe oh, okay, yeah. Overthinking, depression. So she was definitely, realizing what was happening to her at this point in her life. She was getting older. Something that, may be a cause of this. One theory is that, he was getting jealous of her having crushes. I kind of feel like with this impulse decision here, and feeling like he had to do it, feeling like there was some kind of like maybe competition and like he was, getting a victory over this, that maybe really played into it. Because if she was going to start maybe speaking to another boy or something like that that she likes and, really starts finding another trust in somebody else, this could have easily gotten out. But again, let's do some more cards to get into it. So we have the Page of Swords in the reverse here. So this is kind of like a lack of like planning, a lack of thinking. There's not really clarity there. Okay, yeah. So this was like very quickly decided on. Like he did decide on this, Stefan. That is the mom's. ex or current, whatever you want to call it, on and off again boyfriend. Um, that is him. Okay. Yeah, this was a very, very quick decision, even though he planned it. And then here we have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. So this is like no longer being bound by those thoughts. And perhaps this is maybe something, ooh, this is something that he always kind of knew that it would come to. He had been suppressing it, he never really planned it. Um, and so now he is no longer bound to that kind of like dark pattern of thinking, because due to this impulsive and really fast decision that he made on taking her life, like he's like, well, I don't have to really worry about that anymore. That's not going to be keeping me up at night anymore. The potentials of her, being either involved with somebody else or speaking out against this, like that's kind of not, at least not currently in this moment because he's in jail. But what I'm saying is like this is like the energy, the thought process, like once this happened and like the decision making of this choice, like he was no longer bound by those thoughts. And then we have the Page of Cups in reverse. Okay, so this is like taking away that opportunity for like passion and creativity and love in her life. And this is kind of how he felt as well. And that's also why he maybe made these choices. Wow. Okay. So really quick, just to kind of like further get into this, I want to know um the energy like right before the incident happened, um with him, and then let's do one with Maddie. Oh, okay. And then the energy between them. Oof. Okay. So we have the world card in reverse for Stefan or Stefan, however you want to say it. And this can signify like there's not closure, there's like unfinished business, being unfulfilled. And then the star card indicates a lot of like trust in yourself. I feel like she was very confident in herself, not in a every day to day sense because of everything she was going through, but I'm meaning she was confident in the fact that she is worthy of more and not deserving of this. And I do believe that she was starting to push back on that. This was kind of her like standing her ground. Like there's with this card, there's one foot in the water, one foot on earth. And this is a card of just faith and trust and like balance as well. And I feel like she was really beginning to step into her power a little bit and push back and kind of set some boundaries for herself. And ultimately, that resulted in her passing. I do feel that he felt completely threatened by that. I feel like by her speaking out against, or like not speaking out against, but like speaking out about her potential other crush and just, her own goals, her own plans for the things that she's excited for, I think he was very intimidated by that. um, yeah, she was having a shift in her perspective that was leading her to recognize that, like, this is not okay. She was getting older, and, eventually she wasn't going to put up with this. Not that she necessarily was putting up with it because he was abusing her, but, she was recognizing that she is worthy of more. So the Queen of Wands card is a big card of like nurturing, care, and love. And yeah, this is the perspective that she was shifting into. She was stepping into her power and really realizing like what she is worthy of, just how like wonderful that she truly is. And he didn't like that because he was losing control over her. Yeah, and that everything kind of crumbled down from there. Once she started kind of gaining that sense of self, that's when his world, his foundation started to kind of crumble and really um, lead them to this place of where he already has so much anger issues and so many problems, trying to communicate and just being a complete pos, that once he realized that he wasn't going to have complete control over the situation for, who knows how much longer, he made the quick decision to take her life. And I firmly believe, yeah, it's just due to him losing control. I don't think it was because of pregnancy or anything like that. I don't believe that. Yeah, I don't think it was because of pregnancy, but this really does feel to me like it was her just stepping into her power, and the potential of her building better relationships and just having other people to confide in. He wasn't going to let that slide, and that's what ultimately led to her passing and the crumbling of Stefan's world. So yeah, okay, cool. That was my first true crime reading. I really hope you all enjoyed it. I feel like that's a weird thing to say because we don't enjoy the topic here. We don't enjoy what has happened. But I hope that you enjoy the way that this information was delivered to you. Please let me know in the comments what you think. I'd love to hear your theories. I'd love to hear if you think this made sense or if you think it didn't make sense. Like, I am super open for mature dialogue on the situation. So, yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think, and I will do many more readings, either on this case or like other cases. If there's anything else you want to see, let me know in the comments about that as well, and I will take a look at that. Yeah, okay, cool. I will see you in the next one. Thanks.